Launders, we've got Vertigo in the pool.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
man, let's go.
Woo! I'm so stoked for that one, but we got to get Inferno first. And Inferno's going to be exciting because we do have Furia, obviously, very competent on this map, and does hit it on its head. Art. That's who I'm going to be watching as this action gets underway.
Yeah, he's been described as like fur with an op.
Yeah.
I heard that. I mean, to me, it's just straight up Fallen calls ops. He plays these very strange angles. He's always pushing slowly. He's never scared, and on CT side, he's omnipresent. I really, really enjoy watching Art play. I think, you know, he's next up, right? Like, Furia at this point are just such a good team. He's at the helm of it. He doesn't seem like he's shaky at any point. The team's always very calm when they're playing. They just put together those results over and over again, and they're in prime position to get into finals here. This will be a very tough match for Sharks to win. But here we are, into the game already. Furia here on the T side. We don't know what their strat's going to be, but they're running up alt with most of their players.
Hanging outside of the bathrooms, thinking about a little mid control, no pressure to the B site, and, well, we've got Sharks on 4A, at least for a moment. That flashbang actually had Leo falling back slightly. JNT takes the angle, but he's smoked off. He's going to try to go for the spam shots, and, well, Furia doing a great job of just denying Sharks that vision, denying them any confirmed information, but that's a confirmed kill for you.
Oh!
And a second, not the third. Yuri bounces back with just one kill. Art blindside, and Chaos Dorado towards mid with way too much to do. Minute on the clock in this 1v4. Do not give him 1v1.
Yeah, go ahead and fight him. He'll happily take those duels. There's still a minute up, lots of health left. He's got a USP. It's a bullet a kill. The CTs can camp the bomb. It seems like Chaos Dorado's found a way to get the first fight as best he can. He's going to assume there's probably one in pit.
Needs it quick.
Ah, there it is.
Yep.
Kill comes in.
Two
Bomb
left.
is within vision, and he's making sure the site's open. 30 seconds left. If he gets moving and he skips the right angles, there's still a chance.
Gotta go, gotta go. Just playing around with the pit, playing this very cautious. It is gonna come down to that like final gunfight now. He sees both bodies.
Oh yeah.
He's seen both bodies.
They transitioned to a crossfire. That was cool.
Oh, this is gonna be tough. It's gonna take a flick shot no matter what. And he can't nail it. RCF will win the pistol for Sharks.
Yeah, they had to earn that one, but they had a good setup. It's just that Furia, when they came around Arch, they took too long to work that first kill, and that's a folly of not having enough utility to get around to the site a lot easier. Normally, you'd have a couple pit smokes, or you'd have a little bit more time to try to work an opening duel safely, but instead, they wanted to group up, wrap Arch fast, get into the site, and sometimes that first kill is just takes a little too long. Pit player stays alive for a couple extra bullets, and then you can't make enough progress to get the bomb down. Now we're into the anti-go. Furia haven't bought much. They're not going to be forcing here. If Art's just got a flash. I've mentioned this so many times, like one flash can be a game changer. And Chaos Dorado was actually in a pretty cute spot behind the Molotov. Might not have been cleared, but today he was. Flash goes out, T's go down, and it's only Art remaining.
With 12 health, P250 is good for the headshot. Exit is gone. No bomb. Unfortunately for Art, it's a matter of time. So well done on Sharks. Stacking up that cash, 2 kills for the UMP, 1 kill to the FAMAS.
I'd like to see an early lead here for Sharks because I feel like Furia are going to be favored, even if Sharks win both pistols on this map.
Right.
So this will make it extra special.
Make them work for it.
Yeah, if they have a good start on both halves.
Wants to take more one with him. Even if one player dies, not that bad. You can just upgrade the ump, but not even needed. Extra little bit of cash there, 3K on it.
It's always scary. Talking to Beta yesterday, and he was saying that basically everyone who's played with Art claims he's the best player they've ever played with.
Okay.
The most talented, most versatile. So he's got a lot of reverence, and I think it shows with the fans too. When he comes up on stage, everyone's screaming when he starts playing. Seems like he's got a lot more fans. You kind of have to keep your ear to the ground when it comes to teams in other countries because, you know, if it's not non-speaking English fans, then you don't really hear about it as much. But, you know, he's way more popular there than he is in the English-speaking world. An early opening kill for Vinny.
Always using this Krieg on Banana. He's really good with those entries on it, but he's arguably lucky to be alive. That frag almost finished him off. Leo disrupted by the Molotov, but he'll put it out, and there's no hyper-extension here from Furia. They're just going to wait as smoke fades. Leo comes in, 2 kills. Great AUG shots, hits the man on logs, clears the closer in Vinny,
That's
and
a
falls
tough,
back to the 4v3.
That's a tough one. Vinny would just be chastised for not peeking, but he had such low HP. Like, it was a really tough shot for him to get that kill. Honestly, wouldn't have even blamed him for just waiting. 3 up. Furia started the round with the opening kill. Clearly not enough, but the rotate's out of CT, so it's all on Leo. Wow, this is a bomb down. I mean, this is crazy. They got those 2 kills, but they just left the site.
Goes for the coffin spam. Gets put in it.
Oh, 2 smokes, fast rotates, and they can smoke B, and they can play in front of their smokes for 15 seconds. This will be a tough retake.
It's going to be a fight of Banana, and a fight that Yuri's going to pick up. Now that man advantage shifts back into the hands of Furia. JNT is given no targets. Art playing off of the wall. Crossfire's set. Abel's going to play it patient. He will be that first contact or not. Art comes around the coffins, puts this back into the even keel, and the HP's close as well. But the off angle from Abel, more aggressive than JNT expected. The bomb is smoked, and we have a kid on this player. Yuri, you've got to hit it! And he will. Spams it. And we've got Furia on the board.
That was a perfect post plant from Furia. The smokes they had remaining allowed them to get the perfect after plant. They get the smoke at CT, the refresh on CT. They push into Banana, which is the most important kill. If that kill's lost, the big flank comes in, they all get crushed on the site. But without that, or with the kill going the way of Furia, everybody from the CTs is funneled through construction. And that's exactly what Furia wanted.
3 MAC-10s here. 3 MAC-10s that will just push themselves through the barrage. Knack hiding. Oh, they don't check it. Knack's going to peek back up. Kestorado kills him. Vinny on a slight flash assist, but 3 CTs are here. Sharks, they are in heavy presence, circling the water at the B site. 3 Ts to cross over. JNT, good boost. The timing works out for him, and him and Leo will get themselves those first 2 kills. Bombs trying to get in with Vinny, who's still inside of the smoke, and if he pushes spawn, he's caught, leaving Abel on his own.
This is a smart counterplay from Sharks. They actually bait them into the B hit. They want them to get that opening kill. And it all works out quite well. Now, the bomb can actually get planted, so once again, rotation's being abused. It might be a round now where a kill comes down where it shouldn't have, and the extra bomb money will be big for Furia. So smoke as well to make this just a little bit more weird. A situation where a kill could mean that the bomb explodes even if he doesn't kill everybody in the round. They need to group up fast.
Yeah, double peek. Exit's got him just as he comes around the pillar.
Now, Connor, on B, when they had all those MAC-10s, I think that was just a straight-up read into how much money YNG had left. So they thought either it's an anti-eco or there's no way they can afford head armor, or their tendency is to prioritize no head armor. Some teams like to buy head armor despite the cost, because if you don't, then teams can buy SMGs or just like force up on pistols and know that if we get a headshot, well, we'll just pop these melons and run them into Banana. So it seemed like a good idea at the time, but again, Sharks kind of like lured them in here. I don't think they would have run up into the site if they knew there was still a crossfire being maintained. I thought they probably assumed there'd be 1 player like there was last round at the very most.
Crossfire plus a CT player too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, even if Vinny can abuse the fact that there's 2 CTs on site by pushing that smoke, get into construction. I mean, we've seen Furia come back into these mid rounds. They wrecked United in those kinds of moments. So there was an opening, but with such heavy presence, right? Talked about that abused rotation. Sharks, they just dogpiled onto that B bomb site.
And for everyone just tuning in, next map is Vertigo. It'll be the first time.
Just a reminder.
Yeah, first time played here at the tournament. It was picked once before, I think, in the INTZ game, but
it was the 3rd map.
It was the 3rd map, so it never got played. And this is a map that it was picked by Sharks, but we know Furia actually like Vertigo, so it could actually, be a pretty strategic map, not one that just happens because it was left over, but a map that's actually a strength for both teams. There is some, I think, you see when new maps come into the pool, historically, the teams who pick it will end up losing. There's something weird about how undeveloped the meta is, that a team that doesn't know how to play it can actually be more annoying to play against than a team that tries to be a bit too structured before all of the best strategies have been ironed out. So when the new nuke got introduced, there was one map in the finals with Optic, Stanislav's old team. He played against, I can't remember, it was like Mouse Sports or something like that, and he beat them, and he said he hadn't played new nuke since the old nuke came out, and that was like 4 or 5 months ago, and he just beat them, and he had to call, and he had no idea how to call the map. Same thing with Overpass. And that's the scary part about picking into a new map. So you don't know what you don't know. And you don't know what the other team is going to bring in terms of strategies. And so preparation it can be a blessing and a curse.
I think Vertigo is one of those maps as well where it's like, as long as you know you can play retake A, you don't necessarily need overcomplicated smokes. Yes, CT retakes aren't hyper, hyper aggressive. You're not going to be at a loss. I feel like personally, Vertigo is pretty comfortable right from the get-go. The timings is what can screw you, because sometimes you don't realize just how quickly people hit. Audio can be a problem too, right? It's like Nuke in the sense that there's so much of the map is all stacked. Yeah. That's why I love the 3v3s on Vertigo, because you're either, you've got just dead silence sometimes, and there's no way of tracking what's up.
I did hear that, so like a lot of the map isn't actually stacked directly on top of each other, but audio is still a little bit...
It seeps through.
Confusing, for sure, yeah. The way that was fixed on Nuke, obviously, was when they replaced textures to add more grading, different sounds that you'd walk on. So
there's some sounds on Vertigo, like the bottom of elevator, crossing over to forklift, that it's just so loud. Like you can hear it from across the map, it feels. It's just one of these metal gratings. It's got a very unique tang to it.
What does it sound like exactly?
I'm not sure, Launders.
Can't do it?
You're trying to... Yeah, I can't do it. You're trying to made up that sound effects, eh?
Oh, I actually want to know.
Maybe I've got it up my sleeve.
Okay.
We got Furia with some weapons up theirs. It's going to be that half buy, everybody keeping between $15,000 and $2.4 thousand. RCF into the apps. They dodged that first grenade. Now going to try to punish the presence. They know he had to be in here.
A step was taken. RCF smartly drops that smoke. I think they have a good read on what's going on exactly. I mean, all the CTs are in great spots. They're prepared for a Halls pop. Now, the bomb could actually jump out and go back down mid. I don't know if that's the strategy, but there's two Ts at the bottom of mid.
There was a CT down there, too,
Knack
but he
actually
just double back.
leaves.
Yeah. Well, it's that safer position. Maybe anticipates this immediate fallback here, because that's what we see. Furia grouping back up. Very real potential to try and challenge this Banana Man.
Hard to tell. Oh, that's a great flash.
It's gone. Puts down a flashbang of his own, calls for reinforcements. Leo's going to rotate over. Currently 5-1.
This is interesting how slow they're moving. They still have the smokes to go up. Flashes come out.
Ooh, he's amidst it all. There's the big M4 spray down. Leo's going to hit 3. Fresh magazine for the 4th. No, Yuri will best him. That's that one ump. The one ump for Furia is what clears out the site and at least enables this plant. But how are you going to maintain it? How are you going to manage when these CTs were so quickly on this rotation and they have that flank? There's a Banana player with RCF. Ooh, but he's been Molotov'd out. Now remember, Abel doesn't have body armor, so this M4 is going to get aim punched, but maybe Yuri's going to do it. Oh! They've done it! Furia, second round of the board, one ump, and a little collection of pistols.
You have to be kidding me. Honestly, Sharks' setup was fine. Everything they did was right. They probably should have won that round. Furia got a hell of a lot out of their eco. I think the most impressive part for me was how long they survived before they got into B. So Leo had the 3K, but before that they had 5 players, all 100 health, and they had cleared out halls. They had done one fake exec to A. They had flashed to Banana. No one had taken damage. Ah, Finny again with another instant headshot with that sig at the bottom of Banana, and it's YNG to lose 2 people already. They've got to buy this round.
Yeah, there was a wallbang kill through abs. That's where that second one comes in. So, I mean, sure, there was a chance at the top of Banana, but the A player never even saw his murderer.
Oh, boy.
Another headshot for Vinny. JNT will answer back. 2 Ts about to round these corners, and, well, he retreats from his.
Man, it's so nuts that Furia won that last round. They had upgraded pistols. They had a good amount of utility. They just used it all really well. I think maybe the reason they slowed it down at top Banana, which I think is the one thing they did wrong that round, was because they didn't see when the jump spot was coming out. I think the flash worked too well, and they never saw a player top Banana. So they thought, oh, maybe we can get to the top Banana. He won't know. And yeah, Sharks even overstack A in this situation. So a bad gamble read. And they could have gambled Rotator over to B and play 2B, or over to A. They really probably felt like it was going to be an A play this round. They were incorrect. And they'll try to recycle these guns. Dude, that's a pivotal round, man.
Huge one. It's going to be repercussions from losing that 2 versus 4. The effects will be immediate. We have a Mag 7 and a FAMAS being saved.
Vinny, obviously, key piece of the puzzle on Banana.
Yes.
He's going to be going up Banana. You know, it was comical a little bit, the way he was taking so much molly damage.
He just burns himself to 30 every time.
There was one round he mollied himself and died. There's one round, there's like a few rounds where he'll take 75 damage from mollies, and his teammates are not smoking him out. He's just going to take a lot of damage. But if they don't throw good HE grenades to kill him after they do molly damage, and he's on point with that SIG, he's going to start out so many rounds 5v4. You'd expect Furia just going to put all these rounds together. Because even if the plans are different in the late round or in the overall strategy, if they default into B control, Vinny's going to take a fight. We'll see if that continues. It is just the Mag 7 and FAMAS here for the CTs. Overstacked towards A. Bomb drop in the spawn, so Furia are here to scout it first. Was this where he got the spam from last time? Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Spot.
Gives you a better angle. It's just so important to spam even if the CTs don't play there. Because there's a CT walk down the halls.
Oh, no.
Oh, uh-oh.
He's got it. Knack brings it back. Mag 7 off of the boiler room.
Yeah, if you're a CT in halls and someone's spamming it every round, you're like, I don't really want to push, you know?
Yeah.
Even if they're not going to do it.
Oh, Knack's coming in for second servings, but Yuri gets away. Small detail. We did have that CZ purchased by Exit, who had the Mag 7 saved with armor. He gave the Mag 7 over to Knack, who didn't have armor, because it's not like aim punch is going to screw up the shotgun. See if that extra $500 pistol pays off. Gets an assist here, that USP kill, but this is just going to force the feet of Furia into the B bomb site. We do have JNT alone, that FAMAS, the most valuable weapon saved by Sharks in the previous round. 2 Ts jump in, and he's got him. Nails it, and has Vinny to try and clutch. Vinny, headshot on the player midair. 30 seconds, bomb on his back, and he's going to go for the plant.
The way Vinny's been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if he nails this. He's also got a great gun to go quad with.
Taps. Tries to tap back the CT, who's able to cross into the constructions, but there's the repeat. And he hits Exit. He's very wary of a player back on construction, but he's run up through spawn. Vinny's got them all.
Young Vin. This kid, man, he's having a hell of a game. And it's such an important part of their Inferno. A couple of great shots. They probably could have played that a bit safer. Save that Molotov a little bit longer, wait until they got in position in construction, then toss the Molotov with it, exposing himself for the whole time, flushed him out of quad, or just guess that he was there instead of just making sure by looking, and then save themselves the trouble of losing players. Slowed it down. JNT, nice attempt at the hold.
Right. I mean, just through and through, Sharks, nice attempt at the eco.
Oh, boy.
Oh, get out! Get out! He can't.
They follow up with the grenades, though. That's good.
More like Leo Dunkey. That smoke's gonna bother JNT. Tries to find timing. Doesn't work. Adds a small layer of pressure to the other A players. Great flashbang.
Oh.
Wow, great movement.
And suddenly they're terrified. No longer can CTs rotate at all. They know Art was spotted. They can't move. Even if Art doesn't move, he's in their head. B is definitely more appealing, though. If they can guess that there's 3 people at... They'd have to guess. If there's 3 people at A, then they want to go B right now.
Oh, Vinny, close smoke. Leo gets flashed through with his MP7. This is going to leave Knack stranded. Sharks have become the prey. He's just going to commit to the deep corner. There's a first 1v1, completely separate Vinny from the rest of his teammates, so there's no trade capacity at all. And that happens a second time. Now it's on Yuri, who will clear quad. But at least Sharks have a man advantage. They've got that going for them. Glass cannon on JNT.
Ooh, he's moving up. How much room will he create? Yuri cannot rotate out. What's the angle like for Art?
Tough. He's back in construction and he's not going to come help. Oh boy. RCF gets the best of Yuri. Now the CT player should find Art with his back turn. Yep. That's Sharks with a clean retake on B.
Not bad, not bad. That hold was so nice from Knack. As you pointed out, there was no chance to trade. They gave Knack the 2 1v1s, and they got onto the site, or they got into CT, took control of the site really well. They were just a little bit far at the end of the day. Maybe if they had rotated through construction, it would have been a little bit easier for them to peek at the same time. But that wasn't the case today. Sharks, when they're put up against the wall, they're doing a great job on the holds with their individual efforts in B. Furia finding that kind of small timing at Arch to sneak into CT is scary.
Aggro up shot.
Oof.
Not with a flash like that. Yeah, I'd redirect. I would redirect as well. He's looking to crack open the top of Banana once again. He's actually got pressure applied. Leo just spams him through smoke. Opens up to the 5v4. This could transition Furia into the fast A hit, but Pit could be a problem.
Oh my god.
Now they've opened up a different avenue of attack. They could double back into B.
It's a huge tell. If someone comes all the way around Banana, you know that the other one, if he's not right there, there's a late rotate back to the site. Sharks again gambling a little bit here that they think it's going to be a rock back to A. Kind of a double read, but it's not. And Knack has moved into a rotator position. If this gets smoked out, you can expect the bomb to go down easily.
Double flash and a fire to the back of the site. Here comes Knack into the peak. He's hit by Art, and that's substantial damage from exit. But you're not going to stop Furia from putting down bomb.
Sharks have been reliant on the holds.
Yeah. Yeah, this A to B retake has more often than not just been called off, and that's exactly what will happen here yet again. Furia, 5 rounds to Sharks' 4.
Yeah, definitely Furia are out-calling them in terms of rotations. They've just been, Sharks have put their rounds together because of really sick holds, and then they've had a couple of good reads on CT side in the early round, but the kind of mid-round adjustment, Furia decided to go rocket back to A or continue on to a site. Sharks have been wrong about that a number of times now. So bomb goes down, no pressure here, no resistance, and Furia will save 4 players. There's 3 guns saved from the CTs, a good amount of utility, you know, a lot of value in that AK, especially the op for JNT. But Furia are also quietly doing a good job of not getting opt every round.
Yep.
Defaults are very thorough, but there's not been a lot of openings for JNT to light things up. This is, yeah, just awareness from Caserado as his team works A, and they were a bit hasty about how fast they flanked. Normally, teams are very scared to run through that final smoke at the bottom of Banana. It's such a big difference between being at logs and actually coming out the bottom of T steps.
At first, I thought that Art was just holding that angle when he kills the player off Coffins, but he just slid in with a peek right at the perfect timing to find that B side open. Furia's pause. Gonna smooth things over, try to fly forward with this T side. They already have that 1-round lead. How much more can they get? The economy's against the ropes for Sharks. They've invested fully. They've got great grenades outside of the AWPer kits, and a Mag 7 on RCF. There's nothing back behind this, no money.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they try something aggressive at A if I was Sharks on this round, but they've got the 1-up in Hall's control. Furia like to go back to Halls after a little bit of B, so they're probably relying on their teammates to work on killing Vinny at first. But they're going to be quite passive. I guess they don't want to risk that 5v4 early on. So they've left 1 player over here. Sharks playing kind of like Na'Vi a little bit. They're almost always gamble stacking this 4 towards A. And here, I guess because they cut so much noise, they were expecting Furia to just kind of go heavy on brackets. Leo will have a fight he wants. But he's been isolated.
Smoke behind him. Good thing there's exit here in the corner, so at least if Leo gets flashbanged. This time he's going to get aggressively flashbang inwards. He takes the initiative, but he doesn't get the kill. I mean, Yuri, happy to be alive here with 3 HP. Abel, he's going to get blindsided by the Apps player, but he bests him too. Mag 7 can't get that job done. 2 players up from Furia. Look at their health. There's a world not far from this one where both of them are dead. And we have Sharks in a 5v3 hold on a crucial buy round. A buy round that's now left them with near 0 utility. A single smoke and flash, but at least 2 defenders here on the B site. We have had solid holds before. Can Knack do it yet again? Well, he goes for the transition spray and can't connect the 2nd kill. But the T's are so lit up.
No nades.
They are going to try to force clear this back corner. Now he comes out from smoke on his own terms. JNT's smoke fades, and he still hasn't been able to trade as his teammates died and bombs down. Furia staring a 6th round in the face, and clearly with exit being nowhere near this B site, JNT just wants to keep op.
Would like to save if possible. Yeah, he'll turn and leave. Furia win the round. It was a good one. They had to brute force their way into B site. Now it's a small thing, right? It's a couple of mechanical failures early on. The Mag 7 in Halls only getting 1 shot off. The flub spray from Leo, who has had a good game so far, It's not typical of him, but you're not going to see Furia dropping kills like that. So if that's going to be a constant occurrence for Sharks, they're going to continue to lose rounds. So we saw like Yuri, I mean, he had to spin 180, he had to take 80 damage first, and he just hit his first bullet right away. So, I mean, you just cannot let those ones slip. Not versus Furia, they're too sharp. About 6K on a few players here for Furia. They've got lots to work with. Sharks have a tough decision to make. They have an AWP. Do they want to buy behind it? They're going to get one extra set of armor on Knack. Eggs is going to retain his M4. They're going to keep their nades. They're not going to buy more than that, though.
Not even $2,000 spent in total for the team.
That's the weirdest Molotov ever.
Right, you'd think he's burning to a crisp.
They're being so disciplined about it.
Yeah! Ooh. JNT, 2 op shots. I mean, they're assuming that Molotov has this position cleared. It'd be great to get a bird's eye of that, just to see how he managed to hold said angle. But we're still into the 3v5. Furia changing direction towards this A site. Bomb is the last piece to move forward, but Sharks, they're also playing active towards Banana. It's not like they got their 2 picks and go in to hide. No, they still want that information. If they can float somebody over to this A site and just get even stronger numbers, then they're going to be good. But Yuri's about to get hit from Arch. Knack comes wide with that 1 CZ they bought into. Abel, he's finally found some kind of an answer back, and so has Vinny. But RCF, he's hiding down in the pit, and he only has 1 player left to take. It's Abel with 15 health above him. There you go. Sharks win a round off of 4s.
A super nice round from JNT to get those 2 opening op frags. He had an opportunity. Now, the thing was, the Molly didn't get extinguished, but Furia still didn't peek. They were very, very patient. Right. They waited until Molly was completely gone. Then they went for it with a double, and Art got out-opt, as well as his teammate just died with the rifle on Banana. 200 damage, nothing in return, and Sharks definitely earned that one. It's pretty good of them to also have not forced up, so they saved a bit of money from that round, not having to upgrade everything, bringing the op 1 round forward.
Oof. Good grenade.
Art's going to be the one to take damage on this round. There's somewhat of a bank. I think Art could have opted if he'd like to. Furia being very aggressive about clearing Banana here. Molotov's in response. This is nice from Sharks.
Oh, peek from Leo. He tries to get aggressive. Probably not expected that many keys ready for him, but they also opt not to pull the trigger here. They're gonna fall back. They still have a minute to work with.
They slightly mistimed the molly. It's hard to tell, but they throw the molly down, they flash, and then Furia are just coming around the half wall. I think they thought that they were all grouped up, setting up smokes by the car. They gave him a few more seconds. That might have been the case. Knack's going to try to go aggressive one more time, but that's not the first time Vinny has waited for a regression on the other side of the smoke.
From that exact same corner. Just tucked away, waits for it.
It's too obvious of a call if this is what they want to do. And look at this little centipede coming around Arch here to clear out A. There's RCF in the pit. And he'll have to go to work right now to save his team.
Ooh, but exit. He didn't seem to expect players near. RCF gets himself 1, and he's still alive. He's still alive in that pit, but he's caught by Art up on Graveyard, who's looking for another. The last has fallen. CT's wanted to rotate in, but I don't think they expected Furia to be nearly that far forward.
I think on that round, it was going to be a split to B because they left Vinny on top Banana, and then they just changed it after Vinny got that kill. They knew that the rotates were going to be a little hairy. Maybe someone from Arch getting pulled into CT to B. So they decided if they're going to overstack B that round, let's adjust and then just go ahead and hit the A site. And it looks like some insane fake, but they were just going off of this adaptation. A nice mid-round adjustment from Furia.
Second time Furia calls a pause off of a round win. Still the possibility of closing this half 10-5 as the score sits 7-5 for the moment.
That coach has got some words.
Yeah. Sharks have some guns here, Mohan. Doing an all right job of kind of, just barely skating by. We've seen them work rounds with just pistols, so at least this time it's at least an MP9 and an ump, decent utility, no kit to note. So the retakes made that much more difficult.
Sharks have quietly picked up a number of rounds early on in this half. And as we round out, Furia are at a small lead now with 7 to the 5, obviously, of Sharks.
I mean, I think you made a great point where you said that hopefully Sharks can use their pistol round for momentum, because even if Sharks picks up both pistols, then they may still lose Inferno. They won those first 2 rounds, and that serves as 40% of the rounds they have. It's been rough sailing since. Not able to win consecutive rounds in a row since those first two. They have been close, though. There's no denying that.
Oh, my God.
JNT's going to go in for the repeak, but he waits for the flash. Good patience. It does allow for Furia to call their player back, but at least he's still alive. 5v4.
And Vinny knows they're not going to re-aggress me anytime soon. JNT doing a good job staying aggro, but still within his zone. Reasonable peak from him, and that's info gained on mid. I know B is imminent.
It's Vinny versus this MP9. You don't want to get caught in this boost, but they'll get it in position before the T's decide to activate. Here comes the push in. Leo, he's going to jump downwards, gets himself a kill and an assist as JNT earns the MVP here for this round, no doubt. 14 and 5 after that, completely shut down the arch, forced them into the B site, and by the time they pulled the trigger on that, he was already in position.
I was saying, Furia were doing a good job of not getting ops, but there's a round, you know, JNT takes things into his own hands. Misses the first shot, goes in for kind of a scary repeak, but it was just versus rifle, so it could have been warranted. And then, again, it's just showing presence not only on A, not only pushing the top bracket, but also over on the B site.
Oy, oy.
Yeah, that's the kind of mobility Sharks will need to put together a solid half. 7-6 for Furia. We're rounding things out. It's a CZ for Caserado, a Mac 10 for Able J, and it's not because they think it's an anti-eco, it's because they don't have enough money for anything else.
Leo gets flashed off his position. Oh boy, Knack and Leo are gonna go down empty-handed.
Okay, that was just because of the flash.
Yeah.
They couldn't hear it. They had no idea it was gonna be that close.
Oof. This round hurts. Vinny's going on a tear. He's had enough. No longer just the kingpin of Banana, but now he's flexing in CT spawn. Will die to RCF, who attempts a double and gets it, but can't retreat after that, and Art's so hot on his heels. Exit, staying true to his name. He's just running for the hills.
Yeah.
Running for the hills to save that one AK, as we will be moving into the 15th round, and Furia, no matter what, will have a lead once they switch to CT. Guns cleared, makes it all the worse for Sharks. Let's see what they can do on this final buy of their CT side.
It's so good to keep a team on their toes. Furia, up until this point, have been full executing on B. They did, there, in that situation, skip a lot of their early grenades because they didn't have the money to do it.
Yeah.
And then when they got to top Banana, relied on one flash to get in. So they were like, all right, let's smoke CT late, throw this one flash. The flash ends up working way too well. First Orange is blind, Coffin's blind. And since they can't help each other, you know, First Orange just can't even release that incendiary. They had no idea it was coming. No idea, Jerry, no idea.
Oi, oi, another one. Traded back. This time they clash. Lots of utility, lots of gunfire, just kind of tearing up Banana. Leo, screw the MP9, gets his paws on an AUG. There's still 2 SMG players for Sharks, but with 0 arch control, Furia, they're going to shift into 6th gear, start charging forward. We talked about keeping teams on their toes. Well, that pace in the last round mirrors the mid of this. Oh, and Art, cheeky devil, gets himself into the moto. RCF tries to hit the tail end of the caboose, but now it's just the pit player, or rather the site player, excuse me, exit with 1. Remainder of the T is going to try to come up from lane, and Able J with a flash assist and frag. Puts it onto Leo, and as he comes in from mid, shaves this down to the 1v2. Sure, it costs him a lot of his health, but the remainders of the T's, they're stuck into the site, and they'll still win their fight. 9-6 for Furia, and a decent T's half. So, as we switch on over, we will take a break just before, folks. We'll be right back.
You
The domestic matchup here in the first semifinals has given us a really good first half.
It has.
That was super back and forth. We had plays to praise on both of these teams, but it will be Furia with a 3-round lead as they begin their CT side.
It was super solid, yeah. And it's a lot closer than it could have been.
Oh boy, this is fast. This is a fast push-up banana. They're just looking to bully their way into the B site. KS Dorado was kind of left on his own, and Vinny's smoke is meant to buy time for the rotation, which also has a flank.
Did he throw two? He must have thrown 2 flashes there. So he throws the second one after KS Dorado dies to make sure they can't rush in.
Yeah.
Drops the smoke down. Flank's already out. This is great spots here from Furia. Yuri can hear so much. They fall into him. They could potentially kill him.
Yeah.
But if he's patient enough. The tough part is if they cut noise and they walk back up mid, he won't know. But they're making a lot of noise here. So he's going to try to pick a time to peek. It's not in his best interest to do this just yet. It's kind of like he's at the bottom of banana for the A players, so it's important that he stays alive. And he gets called out. JNT knocks that one down, and now they might rocket back off of a smoke that goes out to Coffins. Not going to deny vision from CT, but there's no one there, so it's actually the correct choke point.
And that smoke just got Art off. I mean, he would have had timing to be like hidden in graveyard, etc., but now he's just going to have to try and lock it down from Arch side, gets that first bit of damage and wants to get the kill, but by extending his peak, he finds 2 more players on full HP, and they've just overwhelmed this.
Wow.
Good rotation back. I'm surprised Yuri was caught like that.
I think Sharks had 3 smokes this round, so really expecting it to be a tactical one.
How about a retake? Vinny's got the kit. The headshots must be crisp. We've got 2 pit players exit on the pillar. Just trying to confirm when his teammates have to come in for their peaks. Vinny without armor is going to get shaved down on the health department. Exit's now been almost pushed out of his position, but he connects that close-up shot. And Abel, with no response, just has to walk away. That's Sharks with both pistols.
Both pistols, yeah. So they have a chance to even up. It's still going to be a rough match, no doubt. But feet to the fire now for Furia. This map everybody expected them to win. J will recover the armor at the very least. But it was a good round tactically speaking from Sharks, very sensible stuff. And just like how KS Dorado was able to catch that one quick flank from the bottom of B, they do that same thing here to Yuri. And make sure that they're very careful. As we can see, Glock just making sure, JNT super aware. And the last smoke they threw pulled Art out of position long enough, as you pointed out, that it made it a little bit easier to kill him early.
But Art wants revenge. Buys into the scout. Shark's going to be stranded in banana. Furia cheat away with a rotation. Nope. Grenade won't help either. As KS Dorado gets smoked off, he opts not to throw his down just yet, but it is primed. It's primed to be put down. 5-7's not going to have the same issue as the CZ. That's a lot of ammo.
Smoke goes bad. The flash goes bad, and yeah, KS Dorado comes through.
Art gets one, but the players on the site won't. He even follows suit with further damage, but seeing as he's trying to do all the heavy lifting with no teammates to help him, it is an awkward spot. There's lots of utility for the remaining CTs, and that's going to be valuable for the next round, so they're gone.
That was such a strange bounce on the flash. I don't even know what it hit. It went off to the right.
Got chucked out into the tree hole. the tree hole, you forget there's even a gap back there. But
yeah, that was a very, very strange, very unlucky. It needs to be a very hard bounce to get all the way out, but yeah, a couple things go wrong that round. Two nades missed for him, so maybe you can't call it luck. A lot of good guns to pose a threat. Saved here for Furia. And some decent utility as well. They clearly wanted that round to be a bit longer. But the Sharks, not respecting the smoke, bullying their way into the site, are going to take another round here where they buy some SMGs. Our CF goes for the MP7. Kind of expensive to buy on the second time around.
Yeah. What's up with that? These two teams are trendsetters when it comes to the gun. We talked about Furia adopting the AUG and the SG early. I'm going to put Vinny up there as one of the best Krieg players I've seen. Because there's not many.
Yeah.
But he is consistent in his craft.
Elige, Naf.
Vinny.
Yeah, maybe Magisk. Yeah.
Has the scout found any damage? Nope. And where does it sit? Over here towards Arch side.
If Sharks aren't careful this round, this could be the long round that Furia want to play. They have to be very quick about baiting out the utility. And now again, if you smoke Arch,
bad rotation.
You can counter off that smoke by smoking lane, and the bomb gets spotted going back to mid. That's very scary. However, Leo, quick about the trade. Very nice from him.
Yep.
He'll start to move up.
Art's going to try to get that scout back in position. Is he smoked off? No, he's going to have vision here.
Dude, and they're funneling into Arch where the rotates are coming out. Pretty good position for the DPs.
Just has to hold them back. Just hold them back and tap into all of them. Soften them up for these pistols. KS Dorado with just the USP hits a dink even onto Leo. He gets charged by the MAC-10, or rather the ump. Either way, it's got that kill open. Now the route towards B, fine. And all theirs for the taking. Exit, he's desperate to get into cover here. Felt so exposed, and understandably so. He's just stuck in the mini pit. But he's got that AK, so a caged animal is still a very real threat. And he's going to clear out this A site.
Huge play from him, man. That was a round here where Vinny could have been stuck in B, denied a plant as that clock got kind of low. Art scouted out into library, didn't spot anybody, but wasn't sure that they rotated out. Yeah. And it's just on exit to be the kind of key piece of the puzzle to make it seem like it's definitely still going to be an A play, and him getting the kills, very important. So it was just an anti-eco, but it was one that Furia almost was able to steal back. And Vinny will at least get this kill.
8 HP in his paws on an AK. Leo and JNT are coming for him.
Yeah. Couple of crummy guns.
Yeah. They want his. They want that upgrade. And Vinny, well, he's standing in no man's land. He's always smiling.
Just smiling. I think he just gets really mad and smiles.
I'm going to kill you all.
And then we'll take over the world.
Right. They're working on it, but first they've got to find a solution, because right now we've got a tied game on our hands. 9 rounds apiece. Sharks starting the T side with 3 straight. That is the most amount of rounds they have won consecutively throughout this entire first map. Record setters.
Ooh, very good damage. It's good to have that smoke out nice and early. They bait out that piece of utility. They've still got 3 Molotovs in the CTs. One gets, I think one flashes out for Dorado. 2-3 setup passive here for Furia. Expect them to re-aggress on Banana before anything else. And a halfway decent Molotov. Yeah, he gets stuck and chased down, as they should do.
MAC-10 just spams away. KS Dorado, he's not even going to maintain that library control. So the A players, they're going to get aggressive. They walk forward. Keep your eyes on Yuri, because he could stop the bomb, but no.
Oh, this is huge.
Oh, it's just behind him.
They know, he knows it's going to be A. He saw a player go into library. He's just waiting to see if there's anybody else. This is a scramble for information, but Sharks think they're way ahead in some respect, and they're not.
There we go. He finds it. I was going to say there's layers to this. You've got a player in library. You've got JNT and Apps with Yuri walking through the very same hallways. Now he's going to die to that ump. RCF's position should still be known, so KS Dorado is cautious, but he's also been killed. And that's a man advantage up for Sharks. They haven't gotten their hands back on bomb. They don't know Abel's over towards pit. So there are still key pieces here for Furia. Art wants to help with lane, but has to remember there's a player next to him, and Exit coming in from the apartments pushes Abel to the clutch, and he just can't hang on. There we go. Sharks have got a lead.
They had to earn that. No, yeah, they had to earn that. That was a very important rifle round. Furia, even though it got really crazy, they got some secret information. When they spotted a player in CT spawn wrapping into the library without killing him, they kind of knew that it was going to be A, the most important part of the puzzle. And then Yuri and Halls could play off of that. And he got that backstab, but the thing is, everybody else started overextending. They really just needed to wait, because they knew what side it was going to be and maintain CT control.
Wow.
However, an eco brought back into the favor of the CTs.
A bombardment to the bottom of B. We've got that 1T grenade to come back, but they just want guns. They've got to collect the fruits of their labor. And Abel J wants to smash him as Knack is pinned in.
They don't have armor.
Bro, off a round like that, they come flying down middle with grenades. And it's all down into the clutch. They've finished it. They have finished it, and they began it all with just those frags.
You know, a round like that is avoided by not bursting out mid at the beginning of the rounds. So if they played a little bit more carefully, you know, the first 15 seconds, they would have avoided all this damage. But look how much value they got out of those grenades.
The carnage.
Honestly, to throw back-to-back grenades, you have to be very precise to make sure they all land in the same spot at the bottom of mid. It's kind of scary for the CTs to swing out, especially if the Ts meet them there. So not as easy as that looks. And another swing round. In the first half, we saw this as well. This really hurt Sharks early on. Right after the 4th round, that Furia were able to come back, put together 3 off the back of an eco. Economy starting to slip here, but it's Furia with a small lead. They've got, you know, 8 grand, whereas Sharks have under a grand. They both have full buys. Important moment.
This is one of those pivot rounds. Outcomes important. JNT, look at this. What a transition away from the previous setup. You've got just the Opper, just like scared peeking around some corners on mid, while Sharks try to throw a bit of a Hail Mary. 4 players coming in through the apartments, and Abel's gonna put down a perfectly timed Molotov, sections off RCF, and now they're caught in the flames. So 50 damage nearly for 2 more players on Sharks.
Yeah, this would be a free chance to take top Banana, but and I guess they are peeking around it. But yeah, they don't have much of a reason now. They got that 5v4. And Sharks' play getting called out. That's rough. So much damage dealt as well to two players on Sharks. They have an op, at least in the 4v5, but where do they find their opening? Case Rod will be the lone man on B. All he's got to do is stay alive.
Yeah, it's not even positioned too aggressively here, just shoulder peeking with smoke.
Did they hear the op shot go off? Or has JNT taken an op shot?
I don't think he has.
With 45 seconds, though. Rotate will be called out. They've cut noise. They have info on mid. They have probable cause here to believe it's going to be some kind of B play, and so they're going to refresh the smoke right away. This might prompt an execute.
JNT setting a molly for the back of New Box, but that's not going to be an issue.
Yeah, if they don't go through this, they're going to have no time to get a plant down.
And he's going to find the one. 4. How about another? He's got 2. There's the other AUG coming out. KS Serato just screwing off this execution. They have no foothold at all as they try to get out of Banana.
Nice. That was really good. First of all, the read just came off the fact that they had top bracket for that long. They saw that it's not going to be Hall's play again. They still had 3 people on the site if it was going to be some kind of sneaky execute. But then over on B, they refresh the smoke just in time. They force Sharks into a bad decision. And there's really nothing Sharks can do. They have to go B and they have to execute through that smoke. Counter flash is perfect. The AUG shots are lined up smoothly. Moving around 22, Furia with a small lead now. And it was a critical round. A round where both teams would have been broke after that.
So the pivot. Oh, but Deagles are still deadly. So much damage. JNT almost single-handedly winning out on Banana. It's going to draw one of the rotators for the A site. But Art's still floating around in spawn. Not quite sure where he wants to end up yet.
Literally 4 Glocks left, though, after that.
Oh, smoked off, so somebody should get their hands on it. And remember, there's an AUG because KF Serato's dead. Nack's just like, nah, these are all my guns. Gives away the Deagle. Who's taking it? RCF. Very curious. Peeks down mid, doesn't expect to get rocked by Glocks, but that's exactly what happens. And, well, they're not going to try and prioritize getting his gun. They're just going to work that one AUG and the Deagle into the B site, where we have Vinny on 25 health. I mean, this is still such a doable situation from Sharks. Vinny's going to hear it all coming in. Hits Knack first, but a jumping Glock shot from Leo.
Man, I think that was a lot of burst damage there.
Oh, boy.
This will be one hell of a retake. It's seeming unlikely. Furia barely... They won that last round, so they're... I don't know. They're expecting to have a free one, but it's not going to be free.
Deagle's close.
Deagle comes out,
It's going to help, but they know exactly where Abel's at. He's fallen. He's fallen to Leo. 2 survivors for Sharks. We're tied at 11.
Okay.
And they just keep this back and forth with these weird rounds for each team now.
They're up 5 rounds to 2 in this half. Furia won a critical eco. They won a good rifle round to follow that up. But here, they lost an anti-eco. So the momentum swings back into the favor of YNG. That being said, there is still enough money for everything they need. Furia's got an op. They've got 3 AUGs. They just have the 1 MP non on Case Dorado. We'll see where he plays on this round. But this time, Furia will be much more aggressive over on Banana. Leaving open line of sight. A smoke down. Vinny here to stay hold. How will YNG respawn? halls now, a little bit worried. Yeah, no reason for Furia to move. They got the 4 position in A.
Yep.
They have all the vision on Banana.
They're all posted alone on Banana too, right? So it's just this solo hold from Art.
Interesting. He's not playing the anti-flash. This is a risk for him. You know, he gets peeked from the bottom of Banana. Incrementally going out, eats that. Good bounce.
Shark stepping ever closer to the A site. They try to go for the crisscross hop.
He actually collateraled them.
Insane.
In the air.
Backwards. This shifts Sharks closer to the A site. Abel's just going to hold off on Pit, and he's not even the only player here. Remember, Yuri's just up and above him. So these two players, with their frags out, are going to try to hold down on lane, and there's a hell of a crossfire here between KS Dorado. He has this corner, but he's been cleared, and they don't know Yuri's here. They don't know Yuri's here, but he's got a player behind him, and he's got it. He's got them both! Drops that bomb! Pushes it down onto exit with 8 seconds left. He's going to try to plant in the back, but it's a fake because he wants these kills. There's still time!
Oh my God!
He jumps up for both kills, and now he needs to peek, but the CT's not there. Oh my God, what an effort.
You have to commend the play. That was amazing. Really good shot there, but there was no chance in Furia's mind that he could actually win. Once that clock hit 3 seconds, 1 extra second to plant, we almost certainly see that 1v3 take place. That was really sick, man. He was probably riding high confidence in that moment. Man, this is what a match so far. Furia now 12-11. They pull that one together because Art gets that collateral shot on the bottom of Banana. He's a sole player there. He works off no utility, actually. Just taking these kind of interval peeks to the T stairs, seeing if he'll get an op shot off. He's rewarded. He actually buys into a UMP this round. I don't know if he died. Where is their op? Oh, Furia. Oh, yeah, they didn't actually get the op back. So they survived with 1. They're actually quite low. Now it's going to be a counter buy from Sharks.
We're going to go back to that Banana hit. Vinny. And he loses vision. Still able to soften himself up. And he's in it. He's still in it for another kill.
Come on.
Way. Just hopping around in the smoke like it's not even a problem. 4v3. Furia 18-man advantage. I love that Sharks know if they head towards Banana, if they want a fight early on, they know exactly where they can find it every time.
That's a good point. Yeah, they jumped the gun, and I think they relied on their flashes. Vinny was just not scared. Went for that aggro peak. Furia haven't been smoking it lately. Now Sharks will have to perform a pretty crazy mid-round. Once again, another super important round. I mean, oh my God.
Just through the corner of the wall. The bullet hole still burning. Abel, he's come out from pit. He's just going to preemptively smoke himself off. Knows RCF can take the high road on him, and balcony could also be a problem. He hits the headshot, but doesn't get the kill. Knack has to give cover, but Art comes out and finishes him off with that on 35 seconds, 1v2. Knack's going to try to get this plant in. KS Dorado gives him the space, but then peeks out and finds him right thereafter. Furia 13.
Such a close one. Could have been the 2v2 post plant, but Art is there just in time to make it an easier 2v1. KS Dorado has a free backstab. Was a good attempt from Abel in the pit, like it was aware of what fights were going to come his way, drops the smoke preemptively in case he gets mollied out of position, and then looks for the headshot fight, but that's almost like trying to kill someone in heaven on Nuke. It's not an easy duel.
Such a weird angle to be fighting from beneath
Could
them.
pop up from anywhere.
Yeah.
And a small lead now, but just with all these swing rounds, man, this game could have been over in both directions.
Yeah.
If, you know, so it's going to be a tough one to analyze.
Furia have been getting the best of it, though, in the CT side. Hands down. I mean, the 2 pivot rounds, like the 2 times we'd have a team falling back onto pistols, that's when Furia are winning it. So, sure, they might be giving up rounds, they might be losing to ecos at times, but in the rounds that have the most repercussions, Furia are winning. And that could very well make the difference here in map 1.
It is an eco. Spinning down just to stay around the 2,000 level for Sharks. They've got enough utility to make it interesting. I don't know what they'll try to do. We saw Halls play from the past that didn't work out, and Furia absolutely aggressive in the Halls in response. Yuri, in fact, looks like he's going to push. The flash means, you know, he's not going to go farther than that. Makes tons of noise. fall back quietly. I don't think anybody knows what was going on in alt. But as we can see from our mini-map, Sharks intend on Halls popping. This is actually the exact same strategy Furia used. If they go back to B.
Sharks have tried this off of their last pause as well. But Yuri inside of the smoke has able to help him, and this is just a clean sweep. Kill feed flooded with Furia's players on the better side of the outcome. Leaves Knack in a desperate situation. But off the pause, that's what we've seen from Sharks before. Try to get out from apartments. This time it was with even less weapons. But the CZ's good for one, and one alone. Furia 14 to Sharks' 11.
Yeah, and they had absolutely no success trying the Halls pops.
Yeah.
If we saw
both have gone dry.
What Furia did, where they had the identical positions, the 3 players in Halls, 2 at the bottom of mid, and then what Furia did was they did a false exec out of A, and then rocked it back to B, exec into B. Both could work. It's always good to have a strat that can branch into a fake or just be used straight up. Crowd making a ton of noise here. Oh, okay.
Dude, the timing on a grenade, you always talk to me about that. You're always like, man, that frag grenade, you have to hit the timing perfectly.
Yeah, that's not easy.
That's finally a great example of it. 59 damage. He's got shrapnel in his teeth. And we have Yuri up here on the planter. Sharks so close collected here in mid. They want brackets, and it's going to be a fight if they want it. Again, we have Yuri boosted up in an unorthodox spot. Arch player flirting with the idea of going for the peak, but wow, that's aggressive. Exit. He's going to jump up. Oh, you're going to get caught with an nade. Art is still up. Wow, Yuri drops, lines up more bodies, but it is 2 kills back from Sharks, and it's going to cost him a lot of health. Abel comes off of the pit, sees a player in the apartments, and he's got a teammate to help him too. Furia about to take their 15th round. Such a good attempt from Sharks there to find timing on the push. They were well collected, the spacing was nice, but it's Furia who comes out on top of almost every single duel.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, man. They really did have a good opportunity. 3 health here for Exit. We've seen what he can do in these crazy situations. Tons of damage dealt to Vinny, but it's close, but no cigar. They can't get the bomb down. He can't make it the 1v1. They can't deny match point. Furia 1 away from taking this map, and Sharks have no money left over. It'll be SMGs for most players.
First half was so back and forth. The second half began with great momentum for Sharks, 4 in a row. But now in these last 7, it's been 6 for Furia. So even though the result is starting to get a little more lopsided, you and I know best, there has been so many close moments. So many turning points as well that could have just completely changed this outcome. Hell of a first map in this series.
Hell of a rotation here from the CTs. Man, they are dedicated to B. What a risk to run, especially knowing how much money you have. And that's all ignoring the fact that they're correct, that there's actually 4 Ts here on the bottom of Banana. So all that nade damage, I guess, gave them a hint, and Art will go for the repeat. He's got backup.
Yeah, he can make him in. I mean, he can continue to challenge this, take the risk, unless Sharks just stampede through what is a heavy stack, but Furia have time to now bring it back closer towards A.
So much value in not being scared, having an op, knowing Art has been successful here, holding it by himself in the past.
They're just going to charge this. Able to the pit, flashbang for his peak, double Molotov, and KS Dorado comes in from the graveyard.
Look at that flash.
That's certainly going to help. Now just down to 1 single flash, but at least Knack can get himself the Mac 10 frag. KS Dorado's been cleared, the headshot connects, and that's a man up now for Sharks, fighting for this first map, looking to push it to OT, bomb plant in the depths of the site. And Yuri's been called over. Art scope already up, waiting for a sliver to work with.
Don't give him that kill. The critical spot here at the pillar. He knows there's always somebody there.
And nobody in pit. Exit's actually gone for the graveyard stairs. He's fully committed to this. Like a whack-a-mole, he's gonna pop up, but he gets popped himself. Now they've got the pinch on the site, but it all comes down to Art, and he's taken out by Knack. Bombs got them this round again. Great rotation back up lane.
Such a close call. That was crazy. Crazy that Sharks were able to get into the A site, period. Able J, so consistent in the pit, gets flushed out right away, has good flash. There's so much value on it. It's like almost 4 seconds that 3 of the remaining Sharks players are blind on lane. The rotations come out from Furia, and still Sharks get on the site and plant the bomb.
Last pause.
Can't call this one just yet. They're going to have enough money to buy, and it's Furia who don't. So I don't know how much they'll invest. Art has enough to save 1 round to get an op. Vinny and Caserado will be low no matter what. Yeah, with that streak of wins, it's not going to be too friendly to them. To be so close to the 30th round.
They're going to let one slide. There'll be no barrage of frag grenades this time around.
There might be another save next round. I honestly, I'm looking at Art's money. I'm thinking, if he has 4K, that looks like he's going to buy next round. But based on everybody else's economy,
right,
it might not make sense for them to do that. So Art could have probably spent a bit more here. We'll see if they make that early purchase. You know, on either side of that next buy, it's going to be ecos. So this could get close for just 1 more rifle round win from Sharks.
It's great to see, like, the little Brazilian brother
Uh-oh.
making Furia sweat, challenging him for it. Great spray down from exit, commits with the AK, and the off over the shoulder will get himself a 4th. So no shenanigans here with just these pistols. Some damage, not even costs.
Abel, our resident pit player, is normally at A. Hoping they run headfirst into him. Done a lot of good scouting here. No hope to recover any kind of pistol. And they've all turned tail and run. So Sharks will pick up a 13th. Furia have to make an important decision. I think they save to 14, and then they buy. Maybe they pull out another half buy this next round. But seriously, man, this comes down to 1 more rifle round.
Yep. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with that extra bit of cash in the next round. Are we just dropping some pistols around? Are we going to play, you know, I mean, we've seen Furia, if I'm not mistaken, each team's won 2 of their ecos.
Yeah, both teams are threats on ecos.
Right, but it, you know, it wasn't around like this where it's just P250s. It wasn't as vanilla. You still had some frag grenades to the bottom of mid, couple sets of Kevlar for when they get the guns.
They're all buying 4 smokes on the easy eco rounds. They know how to use them.
Yeah, and this is the kind of round that they can get out of that.
Yeah, see Caserado.
Money's not there.
Under 3,000. Art just has no more money as he has a surplus. He could be dropping pistols here. He could grab a scout for himself. He's getting the op. Oh my God, they're putting it together.
They're all gonna buy.
Holy
So what do they lose for this? 1 kit. There's 1 kit on Vinny. MP9 and an ump.
Yeah.
After that, it's not too bad.
They have 1 M4, 1 op, and an opening kill. Oh my God. I don't think Sharks expected that one. The honeypot at top mid results in a frag knack. Half HP as well.
That's op the op as well. JNT just peeks right into it. And Art's mobile. He's immediately back over here to the A site.
They coming through this? They are.
Yeah, they are. He's missed the crucial shot. A big chance, but Yuri's looking to pick up the pieces. RCF is able to create a bit of space on lane, and Art just keeps falling back. Corner after corner, position to position, met by a Molotov, and that's not even going to shy him away. Caserado punishes smoke push, and this could be it. Furia making the buy happen in the 29th round, have established the 4v2. Abel's just going to smoke himself off, and Art, who started this round with that op kill, is looking to just pin down this bomb, which he does. It is all on exit, and can he even exit? Because he's got that first kill, but he knows the op is watching. He's looking for the further duel, and he falls. Furia, 16-13.
An intense win, a labored win. Furia pull it out. They lost both pistols. It came close. I can't believe they pulled out the early buy there. They could have waited 1 more round, but they didn't want to even let it get that far. And it might have been a big read here. There was no telling if they expected Art to have that op so quickly, but he did.
They immediately found their op duel. You know, that's such a huge piece to take down the Opera on the side of Sharks. But what a great first showing from them. Awesome first map, considering, of course, that's Furia's choice, and we're going into such an unknown quantity with Vertigo. I mean, there's no denying it. Sharks look good.
Yep, they do.
So, what do they have in store? That's the question we ask ourselves, and we'll figure out with you guys on the next map. It's Vertigo up next.